I call to order the meeting of the Okaloosa County School Board for May 11th, 2026. Okay, board members, the first thing we have on our agenda is the approval of the agenda. And we do have the one change. We're taking out 4.1, deleting appointment of Program Director, Academic and Student Services recommended by the superintendent. We are taking that off our agenda. So I need a motion to, okay. Motion by Dr. White, a second? Second by Mr. Bryant, okay? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion passes 5-0. All right, moving down to section 3, our recognitions. And tonight we have one of our favorite programs that we do here, recognizing the 25-26 Kids Tag Art Program winners. We have our Honorable Tax Collector, Mr. Ben Anderson, and I'm going to turn over to Superintendent Chambers to introduce them.
Thank you, Madam Chair and School Board and everybody who is here. So this is one of the bright spots that happens each and every year. And Mr. Anderson, the Tax Collector's Office, they have this program, which you're about to see in a second, where kids will create a license tag. And I'm not going to steal the thunder of what's about to happen, but the support of your program and what you do for our schools, and specifically our art teachers and our art students, is something that we are extremely grateful for. I think you're going to hear in a moment the amount that has been generated over the years that supports this program. It all goes straight back to the classroom. And to our art teachers who are here, just want to say thank you for all that you do for our students. And with that, Mr. Anderson, we turn it over to you.
Thank you, Superintendent Chambers. Certainly appreciate that very much. School board members, thank you for having me here tonight. And to all the parents, you're the ones that really make it happen. And to all the young people that are here tonight, this is one of the good programs of what our school system. We have such a good school system in this county, right at the top of all systems in the state, and it all benefits down to the children. But like many things, it takes a lot of different areas, elementary schools, middle schools, and high schools, but it takes the administrators, the school system, this school board to give them guidance in order for us to achieve that cross-wide throughout this entire county. But tonight is about Kids Tag Art, and this is a program that was established about 13 years ago, and it's a very organic program. In the 5th grades, that's where it first started, and we leave it up to the schools. Some have opened it up to their entire elementary schools, and some have just left it in the 5th grade, but it encourages students to tap into their creative powers and create a license plate, a vanity plate for the front of the vehicle that they create. And then, by that choice, they offer them for sales through the school, typically to grandparents, parents, neighbors, very organic, and it's all real art, as you will see, real talent. But the best side of this is that there are non-tax dollars. All this is organic within the creation by the children, within the free enterprise opportunity to purchase these tags, and then the money comes straight back to the schools. So over the past 13 years, out of our elementary schools, we have had an average of around 11 schools participating per year. Each school has received around $1,280. That's on an average, depends on their participation. And with that, over the total of 13 years, and being as much as we come into tax season, I want you to know these are non-tax dollars. And over these 13 years, we have generated around $184,000 that goes straight back to the elementary schools, back to the art departments to determine how best to encourage and innovate creation in our young people. And it's a wonderful program. And tonight is a good time that we come to recognize the achievement. Over the years of selling these tags and products, we've sold close to, we're just 14 shy of 10,000 products that have gone out into this county that has helped make up that money. We sell these tags for around $16, less the cost of a printer and a few other little items. It all goes straight back to the school. We want to thank Sheriff Aiden through the Sheriff's Department. They have been one of the key sponsors for us over the years. And we mix the sponsorship money, divide that equally among the schools participating, and then through the sale of product, that generates on the school campus. Been a great, great program, and the interesting and delightful thing about it, we began this program before these children were born. And it continues on, and I think they're just getting better, brighter, and smarter, and more talented. So thank you to the kids, and Sherry, I think with that, we should get started.
Let's do it.
This is Sherry Flowers. Sherry works in my office, and she is the one that leads, heads up, and guides Kids Tag Art, works with the schools. And Sherry has done an incredible job of working with the teachers and following this program all the way through from its inception. So thank you, Sherry.
Absolutely. We're ready to give away some tag art, huh?
Good.
All right, so what we'll do is when your name is called, if you'll come up, we're going to get a picture with you, and you'll get your certificate. We're going to have you stand, the students, and teachers and principals. If you're here with your student, we'd like you to join us. So I'm going to get started right now from Blue Water Elementary, where Principal Jordan Berry and art teacher Sarah Sozinski. Our first award winner is Rocky Nelson. I know that Sarah was not able to be here tonight, but the next winner is Cassia Nivison. Is that for Rocky? All right. We're we're going to pose for a picture. Sheriff Aiden, are you able to come join us? Superintendent Chambers, would you mind joining us? Thank you. We will do a big group picture at the end. So like I said, we'll just have the students stand up here till then. All right, Edge, be on deck. From Edge Elementary, Principal Melissa Carey and art teacher Jennifer Harper, we have Savannah Van de Zande. And I probably butchered that, but we're going to have that. We'll get in the picture with him. Mackenzie Inky. All right. From Kenwood, where principal is Peggy Land, our teacher is Connor Dusterbeck. We have McKenna Hatley and Eden Brush. Great. From Longwood, where principal is Stephanie Wheat and the art teacher is Brooke McSheehy, we have Alexia Flores and Vickiani Diego Roches. Uh-oh. Congratulations. And I think the students have slipped away from me. So students, those who are winners, could y'all come back here and line up against the wall, those who have already received their certificates? Come on back up here, please. Thank you. We've got to get those pretty faces and some more pictures. From Northwood, where principal is Amy Lewis, our teacher is Beth Patterson, we have Victoria Yeomans and Truman Toberman. Congratulations. From Plume, Principal Tammy Matz and our teacher Abby Wilburn, we have Caitlin Reese and Gabriel Porcorny. Great. All right. From Shalimar Elementary, where principal is Amy Clue and our teacher is Shalise. We have Erilyn Bowen Wilson and Farah Mejio. I'm never going to get it right. It's all these years I can't say your last name.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
Wonderful. All right, from Silver Sands, where principal is Kristen Gilmore and the art teacher is Marion Gilmore, we have Alex Sanchez Hollenbeck and Fallon Plemons. They're on their way up here. They're on their way up. Hey, buddy. Congratulations. All right, from Southside, Principal Amy Bowles and art teacher Emily Franke, we have Ava Badarian and Ophelia Paulson. Wonderful. From Walker Elementary, we have Principal Brittany Young and art teacher Melissa Boyd. Our winners are Sophia Picconi, did I say that right? And Asia Lowe. And that's okay, you can accept on their behalf. There we go.
These kids keep getting bigger every day.
All right, and finally from Wright Elementary, we have Principal Suzanne Boyd, I saw her back there, and art teacher Adriana Joy Wade, with our winners Catherine Corrales and Georgiana Parcell.
This is the first year Wright Elementary has participated, and we welcome aboard.
Absolutely. Congratulations. All right, so we have 3 more special awards to give away. And these are what we call our Choice Awards. And how the Choice Awards work is that the students are given an opportunity to submit their artwork for the Tax Collector's Choice Award, the Superintendent's Choice Award, or the Sheriff's Choice Award. The teachers submit those nominations. I then redact the names from those nominations, and I email those pieces of artwork to the different constitutionals. And this year we had something pretty amazing happen, and you'll get to that in just a minute. But again, we're excited about these Choice Awards because it started with Mr. Anderson using the Choice Award winner for that first year as the tag would go on the front of one of his company vehicles. So it really was something that gets to go around town with him. So we'll start with the Tax Collector's Choice Award is from Shalmar Annabelle Albano. All right, next the Superintendent's Choice Award from Longwood, Caden Reeves Carte. Congratulations. And the Sheriff's Choice Award. And let me rephrase this and reiterate this. The names are redacted from the artwork. The Sheriff's Choice Award winner is Jacob Aiden. Now, if we could have all of our winners join up here in the middle, and we're going to do a big group picture. Yeah, you want to clarify, Sharon?
Yeah, let me be clear. This was not rigged at all, because in fact, when I found out, I had not seen what he drew, and in fact, I knew he had been a finalist, so I always struggle anyway because I want everybody to win, and it's a tough choice. And so I pulled myself out of it knowing that he was a finalist, and I had my executive staff assistant. And it was funny because even when she picked it, I had no idea it was his. And I should have because he loves dinosaurs and all that, but he put the alligator in there. But I truly said, oh, this is great. We got to pick another one. We can't have him. And so they were like, no, that was the choice. But I swear, I didn't know what it was before. I'm honored.
All right, we need the people who, Mr. Anderson, we need someone right there to be able to slide them here in the front. Absolutely, I want our teachers, and if you want to be in, if any of the art teachers want to jump in here real quick, we'd love to have you.
Big smile.
Thank you.
So at this time, we will pause our agenda. While if you need to exit, you can do so. Okay, if you would please take a seat or find your place so we can move on. We'd like to go ahead and move on. All right. So we have an appointment tonight, 4.2. Okay. All right. Appointment 4.2 is the appointment of the principal at Destin Elementary School, Mr. Chambers.
Thank you, Madam Chair and School Board. I bring before you Miss Amy Morgan. Ms. Morgan proudly serves currently as the assistant principal at Lewis School and is a graduate of Okaloosa County Schools. She dedicated 18 years to the classroom, teaching at Florida State University, Destin Middle School, and Plough Elementary School. Mrs. Morgan holds a specialist degree from Florida State University and has received numerous honors throughout her career, including Intensive Reading Teacher of the Year, and Secondary Assistant Principal of the Year. Mrs. Morgan is grateful for the unwavering support of her husband, Brian Morgan, her daughters, Kinsley and Marissa, her bonus daughter, Tori, and son-in-law, Dustin. And they also have a sweet 2-year-old grandson, Micah. Mrs. Morgan's educational philosophy is rooted in the belief that every child can learn and achieve success when provided meaningful opportunities, strong relationships, in a supportive learning environment. She believes all students have unique strengths, talents, and potential, and it's our responsibility to inspire, challenge, and empower each child to reach their fullest potential. Miss Amy Morgan.
Okay. All right. Board members, I need a motion to accept the appointment of Ms. Morgan as principal of Destin Elementary School.
Madam Chair, I'll make that motion.
Okay. The motion by Mr. Destin. I need a second.
Second.
Second by Mr. Heinley. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, passes 5-0. Congratulations, Ms. Morgan. Thank you.
Yes. Madam Chair, school board members, Mr. Chambers, thank you for entrusting Destin Elementary to my care. I take this responsibility to heart, and I'm committed to making decisions that are always in the best interest of our students in Destin. To my husband, Brian, thank you for your constant support, encouragement, and willingness to always listen. Thank you for encouraging me to continually grow and become the best leader I can be. To my parents and our girls, thank you for our love, encouragement, and reminding me every day why excellent public education matters so deeply. I would also like to thank my Lewis family for trusting me and to walk alongside of you. We work together to provide meaningful opportunities for our Falcons. My time at Lewis will always hold a special place in my heart. Dr. Driver, Mrs. Smith, Mr. Berry, thank you for your encouragement, providing those opportunities to learn and grow and give me thoughtful feedback. Dr. Chapman, thank you for allowing me to serve with you and prepare for this opportunity. I'm deeply grateful for the countless hours you have spent mentoring me and patiently answering my many, many questions. To the Destin family, I want you to know how excited I am to join your team. Mrs. Myers, Mrs. Brown, and your staff have created a beautiful legacy that I will work hard to continue. Your designation as a school of excellence has provided tremendous opportunities for the students of Destin. I look forward to partnering with you as we continue to inspire, challenge, and empower every child to reach their fullest potential. And school board members, finally, thank you to you and Mr. Chambers for your continued support of Destin Elementary and public education throughout Okaloosa County. The new 3rd through 5th grade classroom wing, funded through that half-cent sales tax, is going to provide a much-needed space and allow students to complete their elementary years together on that campus. We look forward to celebrating its completion with you. Destin Elementary is a beautiful example of what strong community support for public education can accomplish, and I'm excited to be part of that dream. Thank you for those who came out to support today. Falcon family and Destin family, I'm so excited. Thank you.
Lewis family, Destin, anybody else?
I'll be back in the room.
Okay, we're going to have another quick recess for those of you that want to exit. If you could do so pretty quickly so we can move on with our agenda, please. All right. Okay, following our agenda, we're going to move on down to section 5, public comment.
Madam Chair,
Yes, sir.
I'd like to provide some information that I hope will be clarifying and responsive to some of the information that was discussed in this section of the agenda at the last meeting, if that's acceptable to you.
Yes, sir.
I want to discuss the issue that was brought forward in the public comment section last meeting, just to provide some background information, hopefully some answers. On July the 8th of 2025, the Florida Department of Education's Office of Inspector General sent an anonymous complaint that had been filed with their office to Dr. White, who was the school board chairman at the time. The FDOE communication directed that portions of the complaint were to be investigated by someone that could complete an independent review of the allegations and required that a response be provided back to their office following the investigation. Dr. White forwarded the FDOE communication and the complaint materials to me. Dr. White and I discussed the complaint and the FDOE directive to investigate, and it was clear that the investigation would need to be completed by an outside person or entity to provide the independent review that was required by the DOE. It also seemed appropriate to investigate the entire complaint, not just the two matters that DOE had requested. Because the complaint materials came to the chairman for the purpose of investigation, then under the provisions of both section 119.071 and 1012.31 Florida statutes, the complaint and the investigative materials related to it were confidential and exempt from any public disclosure requirements of section 119.07 Florida statutes until the investigation was completed or the investigation had become inactive. I notified each member of the school board individually that the complaint had been received from the FDOE and that they had required that certain matters in the complaint be investigated by an independent reviewer. I let each member know that I would be making a recommendation to retain an outside law firm to conduct the work. I did not discuss with any member any comments made by other members about this matter, nor did I ask any member what their position on the matter or recommendation would be. I also notified the superintendent of the receipt of the complaint and the intention to investigate the entire complaint, not just the allegations required by FDOE. The superintendent was fully supportive of investigating the entire complaint. At the school board meeting of July 14th, 2025, under the attorney's business section of the agenda, I recommended that the board retain the law firm of Rumberger, Kirk, and Caldwell to assist the district in employment law-related matters. Because the complaint and the material related to the complaint were confidential under Florida law and not subject to public disclosure, I did not discuss the complaint or its content, nor any of the parties that were subject to the complaint in the public meeting, and no copies of the complaint were attached to the agenda because of confidentiality. We handled the recommendation to retain the law firm in this matter on the same section of the agenda where other such recommendations in the past have been handled. The school board voted to retain the law firm. The actions of the school board and the process that was followed complied with both the confidentiality laws and the Sunshine Law. The investigation was completed, and each allegation of the entire complaint and the anonymous supplement to the complaint were determined to be unfounded. The complaints and the investigative reports are now public record and, in fact, have been produced and released in response to recent public record requests. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Board members, do you have anything? before we move on? Okay. All right, so we'll move on with those who have submitted blue cards. All right, let's see, let's start with Ms. Marion. We'll start with you first, please, if you want to come on up. Well, you have several here. Let's start with 7.2. You want to do that? All right, and
Ms. Marion, you'll have 3 minutes to make your presentation.
thank you. So 7.2, that was the approval and correction of April 27th, 2026 meeting minutes. And that's what you submitted, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
I respectfully request that the board correct or supplement the April 27, 2026 meeting minutes prior to approval under agenda item 7.2 at tonight's board meeting. The current drafted minutes do not accurately or completely reflect the material portions of the proceeding from April 27th. Specifically, the minutes omit that I submitted a package of questions and materials to the board and requested those materials be made part of the official record. The minutes omit comments made by Superintendent Marcus Chambers following my public comments during the yellow card general public comments portion at the end of the meeting. I respectfully request that Superintendent Chambers' comments and response to my public comments also be summarized and reflected within the approved minutes of the official public record, more accurately reflecting the proceedings that actually occurred during that meeting. While I understand minutes are often not verbatim transcripts, the omission of these material matters affect the completeness, the context, and the accuracy of the official public record for which the public gets their information. I respectfully request that the board amend the minutes to reflect those events before approval and clarify on the record tonight whether the packet I submitted has been retained as part of the official public record associated with the April 27th meeting, and that Mr. Chambers' comments will be added to the minutes before final approval. This request is made in the interest of accuracy, transparency, and the preservation of the complete public record for the citizens of Okaloosa County regarding matters presented and that were discussed before this board. Thank you very much.
So, Mr. Attorney, I'm going to ask you what the procedure would be on this request.
I think it would be appropriate to reference the material package that she presented last time. She did ask that it be made part of the record. As my understanding, it is part of the exhibit record for that meeting. So certainly having a reference to that in those minutes would be accurate.
Okay, thank you. All right, and then, all right, so we have that. Do you want to come back up, Ms. Marion, and look at your other items before Mr. Marion comes up?
Tonight I want to address the responsibility of this board regarding the so-called independent investigation. Thank you for that lead-in, Mr. Attorney. This was an investigation that should have been done into Superintendent Marcus Chambers and his subordinate Tracy Lamb. That should have been addressed under agenda items 9, 11, 13, or 16 on that day. Chairwoman Linda Adamczyk and former Chairman Lamar White both served as the chair during these 2 investigations, and this board's responsibility was never simply to accept 2 separate reports from outside counsel and quietly move on. Your responsibility was to ensure the investigation itself was complete, thorough, independent, and worthy of public trust. That means asking the hard questions. Did the outside counsel you retain interview witnesses outside of the accused parties? No. Did they independently review district records, personnel files, communications, hiring records, promotion history, evidence of preferential treatment? How about some donors to people's campaigns? Did the investigation or the investigator, investigate any policies and standards, whether they had been enforced inconsistently across the district as well? No. Did they review any recusals? Were there any recusals? Disclosures or consider possible ethics violations? If the answer is no to any of those, which upon review of the 2 investigations it is no, then this board had a duty to reject the investigation as incomplete and then require a proper one. Instead, the public was largely kept in the dark while these matters were handled without any meaningful transparency. And even if this board cannot remove an elected superintendent, that does not eliminate your oversight obligations. You still have the authority and responsibility to require a complete and thorough investigation, publicly notice and address the findings, and refer matters to the proper oversight agencies. Those would be the Florida Commission on Ethics, the Florida Department of Education, Office of Professional Practices, because they are licensed people as well, and also a follow-up referral back to the Office of the Inspector General, because your duty is not to protect leadership. Your duty is to protect the integrity of the school district and maintain the public trust. Right now, the citizens are watching. I know you know that. And they believe this board acted not as an independent oversight, but as a shield protecting the superintendent from accountability. And unless this board publicly addresses the multiple deficiencies in those two investigations and explain why no meaningful notice, recusals, reviews, or referrals occurred, and explain why no meaningful anything was done in the sunshine, that explains a lot to us. And that perception that we have will continue until this board addresses it publicly. Thank you.
Okay, but Ms. Marion, you do know that it came back unfounded, all the accusations.
Are we here to have a conversation? I'll be very happy to have
I'm
this
just asking
conversation.
if you are aware of the result.
I have reviewed it, and it is not an incomplete investigation. I'll be happy to meet with this board and discuss what a Daubert standard is. You have an attorney that can tell you that too, because if this goes to court, it will not hold up. And I'm very happy to come and meet with you guys. I turned in my packet last week. 2 weeks, I've heard nothing from one person on this board. Nothing. Nothing. I've not received an email, a phone call, or a letter to my address that I provided all of that. I'm very happy to come and meet with you guys.
Thank you. Okay, all right. Then we also have Mr. Craig Marion. Now, Mr. Marion, I'm reading what you put on here about a relationship, but you need to understand that we are not going to tolerate talking about an employee at all. We're not going to talk about an employee of this district during this board session.
Okay, I'll talk about my elected officials.
Well, if you want to do that, but I can tell you, I'm not, as this chair, I'm not going to allow any discussion about an employee. That employee has rights, okay? And we're not up here to talk about an employee issue. That's not what we do.
And Mr. McGinnis just said that there was an investigation. You just asserted that it was a complete investigation, and it is now over. Actually, last board, Mr. Chambers asserted that he directed Mr. McGinnis to investigate everything. In this speech we got this week, Mr. McGinnis said he planned to investigate everything, went and reported that to Mr. Chambers. So there's a lot of investigating that needs to get to the bottom of it. You guys are an elected superintendent, my elected board. You advertise you're an A+ district for accountability, and I'm here to talk about accountability for an employee matter. And we sat here in other meetings, and the superintendent recommended discipline for employees of this district that are doing the exact same thing he's doing, and you guys voted to approve it. Now he's doing it, and you're doing nothing. So I'm here to talk about that employee matter.
The allegations that you're talking about were unfounded.
No, Mr. Chambers, last board, admitted to having an unprofessional relationship with one of his subordinates.
I don't believe this.
He is in a relationship with Tracy Lamb. Tracy Lamb is a subordinate to him. There's no difference.
Mr. Marion, Madam Chair, I'd like to bring this into order. I think a bit of this is going outside of our structure. I have no problem with him saying anything he wants to say, but I think we need to start the clock out of an abundance of caution and to due process. So you get your time, and I'd say let's begin.
That's good.
Okay. Good evening. I'm addressing agenda item 8, 9, 11, 13, and 16, and as previously stated, the A+ accountability that we represent here at the Okaloosa Schools. Tonight, I want to address the unequal application of discipline within the district. Because the facts, now reviewed through public records requests, omissions or statements, and the investigative findings, showed that this board superintendent, Marcus Chambers, approved disciplinary actions against other district employees for engaging in sexual relationships with coworkers and subordinates. It's a matter of record. He's recommended it, you all approved it. Those employees were investigated, they were disciplined, and those employees faced accountability. But when the conduct involved Superintendent Chambers himself and his subordinate, now fiancee Tracy Lamb, suddenly the standards changed. No discipline, no public accountability, no explanation to district employees or to the public as to why the rules enforced against others were now not enforced against district leadership. Ms. Evanchek, you're the chair. Former Chairman Lamar White, you had your shot at this. And this entire board cannot ignore what this looks like to the public. Because when policies are enforced against lower level employees, but not against those at the top, that's selective enforcement. And selective enforcement destroys trust in government. The public deserves to know why were ordinary employees disciplined for similar conduct while Superintendent Chambers and his fiancee were protected from accountability. Was there one standard for regular employees and another standard for district leadership? Because that's exactly the appearance created by this board's actions and inactions. This issue is not simply personal. It concerns favoritism, abuse of authority, unequal enforcement policy, integrity of district leadership, and abdication of duties of the oversight board of the superintendent. The district employees are watching. Teachers are watching. Citizens are watching. And the message being sent right now is clear. If you're an ordinary employee, the rules apply to you. There's a discipline section. You're going to vote to hold people accountable tonight. I wish I was one of those employees, because you'd have a lawsuit on your hand. But if you're politically connected and sit at the top of the power structure, this board will look the other way. That perception alone damages public trust. This board owes a public explanation for why discipline was applied only equally and why leadership was treated differently than other district employees.
Okay, thank you. All right, we don't have any other blue cards, so we'll move along. All right, so section 6 was committee and staff reports. That was the workshop. Moving on to section 7, the consent agenda. All right, board members, 7.1 is the approval of the consent agenda. I need a motion.
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Bryant, need a second? Second by Mr. Destin. All in favor?
Madam Chair, I have a discussion on this.
I'm sorry, let's go back.
Okay,
Discussion.
so this is for all of the consent agenda, correct?
Right.
Okay, so I think we need to pull the board meeting minutes that we talked about and have them revised. We can't do it tonight, but we need to pull that out of there. We'll revise them and bring it back to the next board.
Thank you for catching that. That's right. So what we're going to, I'll have to go back to the motion then.
I'll amend my motion.
So we need to amend the motion to pull out 7.2, the approval of the minutes, just the part for the regular meeting. Okay, so are you amending that? Okay, and the second, we're good? Okay, all right. Any other discussion or concerns? Okay, great. All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, it
Now,
passes.
Madam Chair, since the amendment has passed, now you need to vote on the motion to approve the consent agenda without that item.
Okay, thank you. All right. All right, so we'll go back to approving the entire consent agenda with the motion that has already made the change. So I need a motion to approve the consent agenda.
So moved again.
Okay, so that will be Mr. Bryant. Second?
I'll second again.
Second, Mr. Destin. All right, any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, passes 5-0. Thank you. All right, moving on down. All right, that takes us down to Superintendent's Human Resources Recommendation. 8.1 is for information only, that's employees on administrative leave. 8.2 is information only, deferred retirement option program. 8.3, cleared certification requirements and issuance of contracts for the 25-26 school year, presented by Ms. Sharon Duran, Program Director of Professional Services. I will need a motion on this one.
I'll make the motion, Madam Chair.
Okay, motion by Mr. Destin, second.
Second.
Second by Mr. Heinley. All in favor?
Aye.
Passes 5-0. All right, 8.4, employment separations, presented by Ms. Maxey, Assistant Superintendent. I need a motion.
So moved.
Moved by Mr. Heinley, second.
Second.
Second by Mr. Bryant, all in favor?
Aye.
Passes 5-0. 8.5, personnel recommendations, presented by Ms. Maxey.
So moved.
All right, I need a motion, yep. Moved by Mr. Bryant, second.
Second.
Second by Mr. Heinley, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, passes 5.5. 8.6, employee transfers, presented by Ms. Maxey. I need a motion.
So moved.
Okay, motion by Mr. Heinley, second by Mr. Destin, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, 5-0, passes 5-0. 8.7, reinstatement, reimbursement of sick leave due to line of duty illness, injury, medical examinations, presented by Ms. Maxey. Need a motion?
Move it. Second.
Okay, moved by Mr. Destin, second by Mr. Bryant. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, passes 5-0. 8.8, leave without pay, presented by Ms. Maxey. Need a motion?
So moved.
Okay, motion by Mr. Bryant and second by Mr. Heinley. All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Passes 5-0. Thank you. All right, moving on to 9, we have nothing under the discussion agenda, but we do have a new report on section 10, 10.1, the program status report by the board's representative of the construction program. So get us up to date with that, Mr. Heinley.
Okay, buckle up. All right, you have in front of you the agenda from our meeting today. Goes through all the current task orders, and I'm going to give you the highlights on those. Okay, task order number 12, sales tax construction projects. Basically, the old cafeteria renovation projects from a lot of the multi-purpose rooms that we built. Ruckle Middle School, old cafeteria. The framing work is complete in the kitchen area. New windows are installed. And we should have this finished and ready to go by the start of school. That is going to be the new band room at Ruckle. And included in this is the renovation of the band room to make the new chorus room. So there's going to be some moving chairs around. So we'll finish all this before school starts. Plu is going really good. Epoxy floor and tile work is completed in the new restrooms. This will all be completed before school starts in the new year. Wright Elementary. So the general contractor was selected for this after the competitive bidding process. Work will begin soon, and this will probably go all the way through the end of the calendar year. Most of it will be done in the summer. The STEM Academy cafeteria renovation. The project is currently out for bid, but we plan to get that bid in and get it approved through the board and have it finished before school starts is the goal. The Niceville High School cafeteria renovation, the design work is complete, and the GMP is expected at the next board meeting we have here. We plan to get that done before school starts. So we got a lot going on, and sometimes a good time to do that. After these are done, the next one will be the Shalimar cafeteria down the road. Okay, flip a few pages, we'll go to task order number 27, HVAC sales tax project at Bruner Middle School. Contract was selected, and so the new chiller was received and installed already. We'll have this whole chiller finished by summer with a possible in a winter break from some small items if we can't get it. So that's our backup plan.
I may just jump in for a moment. I just want to say thank you to Mr. Meyer and your team. I know that I was talking with some of our folks over at Bruner last week, and just making sure that we have all of our ducks in a row to make sure that the building, as we swap out the chiller, stays somewhat refrigerated and basically have the humidity removed while we're doing such a large project over the course of a couple weeks in the middle of summer. It's an important thing to take into consideration, and you allayed all my concerns, so I appreciate that.
And Mr. Justin, that's a big concern in all these construction jobs. We got to keep the air without causing mold and what have you. Okay, task order number 32, roof coating at this building, phase 2 hopefully be done by the end of the month, weather permitting. So we're almost done with that. Task number 34, medic bathroom. So ramps 4 and 5 will be worked on. And we also did a new water service because the pipes were so bad in Megs, but we got that going in there. Task number 35, the big one, new Pineview K through school, Destin Elementary School 3, 4, 5 center, and then we have the Baker School, which is already completed, so that's good. The Pineview, I went there after the bypass. It's very impressive. They got it going on. They're almost done with all the pavement around. Things changing daily up there. 90% of it is already air conditioned, and so they're doing a lot of work inside. The 1st of August is the CO date for Pineview as well as the Destin Elementary 3, 4, 5 center. Now, school starts August 11th, and teachers start July 31st. So this is a process, and they're on it, so it's good. Task number 38, the arts facility. Crestview, Niceville High School band room, all that done off of the books, so we're glad for that, and they're very happy with what's happened. Task order number 39, Crestview parking. This is phase 3. It'll be finished this summer 26, and that will be a good thing. And then task order number 45, sales tax, basically OTC and Laurel Hill locker rooms, pretty much complete, just a few small things. And then we approved task order 47 last meeting. That's the time and materials for restrooms. And we're going to be hitting Niceville High School, Crestview, Choctaw, Baker, and some others, but those are the 4 main. That's a summation of that agenda items. Any questions, board members?
So I have a comment, Madam Chair. So the Laurel Hill project got done, and I will just tell you the other night when we were up at the award ceremony, I had several of the students come up and say how much they appreciated us getting the lockers, everything brand new. So did a great job, and I talked to Mr. Meyer about some cosmetic stuff still to go, but it's beautiful up there. So
it is. It looks really good, and they're very pleased.
Any other comments, board members?
I was just going to say to Mr. Heinley, thank you for serving in this role. It's a whole extra layer of work, and you don't miss details, and I appreciate having you there.
Well, the staff does really, really good work, so.
Yeah, you did a good report, Mr. Heinley. Exciting things happening, already finished, it's great, so, all right, thank you. All right, so we're going to move on to section 11, the attorney's business. Anything?
No further report tonight, ma'am.
All right, moving on to 12, superintendent's business. Now, it was a wonderful report this morning about our kindergarten program. If you missed that, please go back and watch that. It's real exciting. You'll be hearing a lot more coming out in weeks ahead, and things are changing, and it's going to be exciting. So, anything else on that?
No, ma'am, we discussed this morning, but I will say, setting the stage for the next board meeting, there'll be another unveiling of Reimagine Okaloosa. So just appreciate it.
All right, thank you. That's great. Okay, now, moving on to section 13, board members' announcements, requests for information. So I'm going to start down here with Dr. White tonight.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Madam Chair. No further remarks other than what I gave this morning.
Thank you. Mr. Bryant?
Same.
Thank you. Mr. Destin?
I've only got a few items, but it's become a tradition. I get to brag on Fort Walton, but they're up to such good accomplishments that it gets a little lengthy. But I just wanted to remark that Anthony Doyle, he is one of our students at Fort Walton. He's only a freshman, and he is traveling to the International Science and Engineering Fair this week, and he just returned from Robotic Worlds. So keep an eye on Mr. Doyle. He's only a freshman, and he's doing great things. Our girls softball program is heading to the regional semifinal versus, I think, Baker County over, I think that's Tuesday, and I think that's where I'll stop. Nothing else.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Heinley?
Just want to add one thing from my morning announcements, and that is Niceville High School track teams. All right, the boys, the men, #1 in the state champions this past weekend. And the girls were leading number one going into the last event and just got bumped out, just barely. So we had number one in the boys and number two in the girls in the state. So
That's terrific. Great. Great, thanks. Okay, all right, moving along to section 14, which is our second area of public comment, which we call the yellow card. And so it's a little bit different. So I want to have, this is the order I got them, so I want to have Cameron Peak come forward. All right, Ms. Peak. And so let Mr. McGinnis give you the rules, please.
Yes, ma'am, you'll have 2 minutes to make your presentation, and the information you present should relate to educational issues in the school district. Thank you.
My name is Cameron Peak, and I'm a junior at Crestview High School. I am having some safety concerns with my school and other schools in the school district. My freshman year, November 2nd, 2023, there was a threat made to the school, which was handled very effectively. But within the school, the subs didn't know what to do, and I've heard a lot of students also have concerns with that. So I was wondering what trainings and stuff like that they have to go through to be able to sub, which I understand there is a shortage for subs and teachers, so they're trying to get bodies in rooms, but what training do they have to go to be able to know what to do in those situations? Because as children, I know we should know these things, but elementary schools, middle schools, they might not know these things. And my little sisters go to elementary school and middle school here, and I would rather someone know what they're doing during these events.
Okay, so Ms. Peak, I want to say, and I'm going to turn over to the superintendent, but I want to say, first of all, safety is our number one priority in the school district. So it's right for you to come up and address that concern, but I'm going to turn it over to the superintendent who works with, and his staff who work with substitutes. Sir.
Thank you. First of all, how impressive you coming up here and sharing your concern and done so well. So just appreciate that. We will, or I will, talk with your principal. And one of the things about our schools is, many of them are very unique, right? So the difference between Crestview, the difference between the elementary, and so they have different makeups and the dynamics of their schools. So some of those procedures are different based on the school, but the totality of what they do is not necessarily so different. So we want to work with your schools. Also, HR does things with our substitutes as well, but it is true they're not necessarily there every day, but they are absolutely an important piece of school safety because every day there's a substitute there, right? But I do appreciate you bringing this to our attention, and we will put even greater light on that. Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.
Madam Chair?
Yes.
Very impressive you coming up here. I love it. And we're working on a concept now to have a student representative to the Oakland County School Board. And a person like you would be perfect for it. And so we're going to develop on that. So thank you very much.
Okay, great. Anything else, board members, on that topic? All right, so our next speaker is Nancy Cotton, who's from Crestview, talking about Riverside Elementary safety concerns.
Okay.
No, you're good.
On March 4th, I picked my child up from Riverside Elementary School, and I was asked if I was somebody else. I said no, and then only then was I asked who I was. The very next day, I picked him up again, and again, I was asked if I was this person. Again, I said no and asked why she kept asking me if I was this person. She told me it was because there was a tiny photo of her, and she was just assuming it was me. I told her never to assume I'm anyone picking up a child, and the very next day, I picked him up, and guess what? She told me I was that person and did not ID me again. A few days later, the following week, I brought a friend with me who was not on my child's checkout list. She was able to check my child out without being ID'd. if she was going to release them. I have the entire thing on video. When I spoke with the vice principal that day after filing complaints and asked him how he could guarantee my child's safety, he shrugged. And he told me any additional training needs to come from the district. No assurance that he would be safe. The lady in question was only removed from the front desk for an hour while I was filing my complaints and returned to the desk when I left. She is again not checking all IDs, per people I know who go there. I made several reports and complaints that day, and being told I would receive callbacks. School safety committee, school safety board, I filed an HR complaint. 2 weeks later, I received a phone call from HR finally telling me they were going to be looking into it, and I would receive a call from a resolution from Mr. Chambers. That never happened. I went to social media, and the comments and private messages I received were appalling at the lack of safety at the school, including a substitute teacher who removed her children after teaching at the school due to her own safety concerns she saw. There is so much more to this story, and I would love to discuss it all with you if given the opportunity. But I wanted this on public record so it isn't swept under the rug again. The kids' safety matter, and it needs to be fixed countywide.
Thank you, Ms. Cotton, for your concerns. Again, Mr. Superintendent?
No, absolutely. And we will, if you don't mind, we'll change numbers and we will set up a time to meet.
Yes, please.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Which one wants to go first? Does that matter? Okay. All right, so Mr. Marion, if you want to come back up, it's talking about good order and discipline.
Again, I want to ask this board a simple question tonight. Why were other district employees disciplined for sexual relationships with coworkers or subordinates, while the superintendent and his fiancée remain unchecked? Public records, investigative findings, personal admissions, they all reveal that Superintendent Chambers has approved disciplinary actions against other employees for similar conduct. Yet the same conduct involved district leadership. Suddenly, there was no investigation, no discipline, no public accountability, no explanation to the public. That is selective enforcement and preferential treatment. And selective enforcement by a government body destroys public trust. The appearance created here is that the rules are set for ordinary employees, but not for district leadership. That's unacceptable in public service. This issue is not personal. It involves favoritism, unequal enforcement of policy, dereliction of duty, and possible abuse of authority involving a direct subordinate relationship. District employees deserve equal treatment under district policies regardless of title or political influence. And the citizens of Okaloosa County deserve an explanation why leadership was treated differently than everyone else. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, Ms. Marion?
Tonight, I want to emphasize again this board's responsibility regarding the investigation into Superintendent Marcus Chambers and his relationship with the subordinate Trace Lamb. This board's job was not simply, again, to accept the report from outside counsel and move on quietly. Your responsibility was to ensure the investigation was actually independent, that it was complete, and that it was credible. I reviewed it, and here's the questions I came up with. Did the investigator interview witnesses outside the accused parties? No. Did they come to the district and independently review district records, personnel files, communications, or evidence of preferential treatment? No. Did they investigate ethics concerning the unequal enforcement of district policies? No. Did they investigate the actual relationship or just the appointment of Lamb to her position? We know that answer. Anybody who's read the investigation. This board had a duty to require a more comprehensive investigation. And beyond that, you had the responsibility to refer matters to proper oversight bodies, to include the Florida Commission on Ethics, the Florida Department of Education Office of Professional Practices, and then again back to the Inspector General. Because even if you cannot remove an elected superintendent, you still have a duty to ensure transparency, accountability, proper oversight for the citizens of this county who elected you to your positions. Right now, the citizens believe this board failed to do their job. And unless this board publicly addresses the deficiencies in this investigation and explains why no meaningful referrals occurred, public trust will continue to erode. And I'm going to give you an option. Either you can do your job, or I can do your job for you. Because the citizens can file all of these things with the Commission on Ethics like I've had to do previously. They can also refer it to the Department of Education because they're licensed educators as well and are subject to their licensure. And I can refer it to the Inspector General back to them as well. I can do it, or you can do it. I would choose wisely.
Okay. All right, and our last yellow card, Mr. Vincent Mayfield. Okay, thank you. All right, that's all the cards I have, so let's move along. All right. So, before I adjourn, anything from staff? Okay, over here, Ms. Appleberg, Mr. Jenkins, glad to have you here, Mr. Strong. Anybody? All right, we are adjourned.